You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met.
Hi, I'm Tom Spenny. I'm the Vice President of the Norwood Park Historical Society. We own the house you see back of me here. It's the Noble Seymour Crippen House, which we've owned since 1987. A few years after we bought the house, we decided that we were going to give it a nice paint job. It came all white, no detail, just a plain old whitewashed house. And it's the very oldest house in Chicago. Anyway, we got in touch with the Fortune Brothers painting company at that time, and we hired them to paint our house. Fortune Brothers had promised a warranty on their painting job, and we found that that was perfectly true, as year after year they came back for what they called a touch-up, but to us it was a complete new restoration of the house. Going back to the restoration, the Fortune Company had branched out from just painting, so we had some other needs too, including doing some of the tuck pointing around the brick area, which they did, and some of the carpentry. We are standing in front of the Noble Seymour Crippen House, the home that's now owned by the Norwood Park Historical Society since 1987. The first owner of the house was a man named Mark Noble, who came out to Norwood Park in 1833 and built the frame farmhouse on the south side of the house. He was the first man out in this area that was not a Native American. In 1868, along came Thomas Seymour, who built the tall side of the house on the north side. He was a very wealthy Board of Trade member and also kind of a gentleman farmer who had lots and lots of acres of land in this area where he raised cattle, and he had orchards like apple orchards and grape orchards and even other kinds of trees and plants. Then the Crippens came along in 1916, and they had a factory right about where the middle of the expressway is over there. So I'd like to wrap it up by just saying that we were really fortunate, get it, in finding the Fortune Brothers Painting Company back in the early 1990s, and continuing through this day, working through the oldest house in the city of Chicago, working on our gutters, working on our carpentry, working on our painting the house, working on our masonry, all through these years, and seeing them evolve into the Fortune Brothers Restoration Company, which can do anything for you, especially on your old houses.